What is going on out there, guys? Luke here today, and we need to talk about Tesla's free fall in this market. And although we know delivery numbers may not have been what we had hoped for, Tesla bulls are even saying not only is it going to keep falling, but some are saying this is just the beginning of a 60 or 70% meltdown from all-time highs. So I will run through the two scenarios that I think will unfold and what your options are for each scenario. And I will tell you exactly which one I feel is most likely and how I personally am going to deal with both of them. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button and subscribe too, and do that for all the creators that you love. Just doing those two things helps out immensely to those creators you love, and they're free for you to do. And because I forgot to take down the sale on my website, I was honestly kind of wondering why so many people were signing up after the sale ended. I honestly thought that was really odd. Anyways, point being, I just extended the sale through next weekend for you guys out there to jump on it if you want to take 5 courses for free on valuations, mastering your money, planning, how to live for free and buy real estate, and build real wealth, and you want over 100 lessons and tutorials, and jump on our live weekly Q&As where I answer any question you guys have about anything from all of the members, and we get deep into various topics on all kinds of things there. Talking directly with you guys in real time is one of my favorite parts of the week, along with talking with you guys in the chat and DM, so check out the pinned comment if you're interested in becoming a member and get the sale price for as long as you stay a member. Alright, let's jump into the two scenarios for Tesla stock that may play out and what your options are for each. So scenario number 1 for Tesla stock is that we see a massive run over the next few months after the earnings call. Oh, don't believe this can happen with all this downtrend? How many times has Wall Street beat down Tesla stock and Tesla kind of pulls the rabbit out of the hat during earnings? It has happened more than once, and if it happens again, I could easily see Tesla go on a nice earnings run, and if we can just get Elon to stay off of Twitter and try not to buy any more companies for at least the next few months afterwards. I know it's a tall ask, but it can happen, and that would really help this scenario. Even if the numbers are not great, if Berlin and Texas are churning along better than expected, and Tesla adjusts their guidance up or even just basically maintains guidance in this environment, so Tesla can make a march back up. Now, not back up to all-time highs or anything crazy like that in a month, just enough to stop the bleeding and get Tesla moving back in the right direction. Also, to support this big run-up, Tesla is still experiencing a crazy amount of demand. I mean, we were actually discussing in the private group about how many people we all know that honestly wanted to buy a Tesla, but due to the wait time to get their Tesla, they chose to go with an ICE vehicle instead. And since Tesla doesn't need to take on debt and still has incredible demand, rising interest rates will not have any real material effect on them for now. So that is the first scenario right there. Basically, Tesla comes back strong like it has done many times before. But unfortunately, the other scenario is not so pretty. There is a very real possibility that Tesla flirts with that 200 to 210 support line very soon, and if that support line cannot hold, the gaps become wider and harder to fill on the way down. Now, we are in a market crash, and don't let anybody else tell you any different, we're still in the middle of this crash, and Tesla was one of the more richly valued mega cap stocks out there, so a correction was going to be painful, and it honestly has been from those all-time highs, especially for those that jumped in at all-time highs, like some YouTubers said you should do, but are now telling you don't buy it at great prices. Add in the fact that we are still going to have inflation drama for the next few months until we see a sustained inflection point down, and this may bring more short-term pain, especially if the CPI data is hot again once again later this week. So with big headwinds hitting the market for the near term and a recession being in full force that we have talked about happening this year at the beginning of the year, this makes for a very ugly scenario for Tesla if earnings are not just ridiculously strong. Which delivery numbers were great, but it didn't meet Wall Street's expectations either. And I know it sucks, and records don't mean anything to Wall Street, and it doesn't seem fair at all. But all companies are judged the same way, and it's part of being a publicly traded company. Those are the expectations, fair or not, and not meeting them despite setting records means more pain for the stock is the bottom line. Doesn't matter what we think, that's the bottom line with this. So what are your options exactly? Well, you can sell, but my question to you would be, why? If you truly feel Tesla will not hit your price target for the next year or 3 years from now or whatever you based your buying decision on, then I honestly understand that decision. Now, if you just bought Tesla because, Tesla to the moon and you actually did not have a plan for the stock, then I would suggest you build a plan today, right now, and do some major analysis on the stock and then make an informed decision based on your research, not emotions or a YouTube video or anything else like that. Then you will make the right decision for you, and selling may honestly be just that. That would be up to you and your analysis. On the other end, you can go discount shopping like I will if the price falls further. If you have high conviction in Tesla stock and think it will be at $600 stock in 2 years, for example, then it may be time to add more shares, especially if it falls to the low 200s or even lower. A down quarter or two may represent a golden opportunity to add more shares of this stock to your portfolio if it meets your criteria and buy targets to buy. Now, I hear some of you guys out there saying right now, I didn't have a plan when I bought it other than it's just going to the moon. And others of you are out there saying you don't have money to buy the dip again. Well, then you need to get those tools in your tool bag ASAP. It doesn't matter to me how you do it. I mean, try my group and binge the courses and all the materials that cover planning and building up your cash, all that good stuff. Google it, watch other YouTube videos, read books, do something and have a plan before selling or buying another stock and get control of your money so you have money to take advantage of the opportunities in the market like we have right now today, and we will probably continue to have into the near-term future. So what am I doing personally with my Tesla stock? I mean, have I halted buying altogether? Am I actually buying more? Or maybe am I selling instead? Well, there are two truths about investing that help me make my decision on what to do with Tesla stock very easy, no matter what happens. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm ready because of these two truths about investing. And the first truth is, no one can time the market. The greatest investors ever all say it, and virtually anyone with any credibility in the finance space says it too. So there is 0 point in trying. I mean, zero. I don't know how else to make zeros. I know that looks terrible. I'm sorry, but there's 0 point in trying. And the second truth is, you must have a plan. And since I know I cannot time the market like we just talked about, I'm not going to guess the bottom or try to figure out where it's going or anything else like that. And it doesn't matter that I can't do that either. What matters is that I did my due diligence and I have a price target in the future that is derived from my due diligence that is based on real facts, not hype, not hope, and not fear either, to be honest, and not any sort of crazy charts and graphs and all the other ridiculous stuff that's out there. I know where I think Tesla will be in a year, 2 years out, and 3 years out based on my due diligence. I know what price Tesla has to fall to for me to add more shares to my position if it drops. It's predetermined, it's written down, and the stupider Wall Street gets, the happier I get. Because when you have a plan and defined targets, you take emotion completely out of the equation, and that is the key to buying. You will not panic sell, and you won't FOMO buy either. That is how you successfully build real wealth. So for me, if Tesla dips and hits my mark, I will simply add shares. And if it dips further, I will add even heavier. This is proven through the numbers, not a feeling or opinion or charts and graphs and all these other future, macro, whatever crap that's out there. But with actual data, this is proven to be the best strategy to handle a market crash. Every single time, it's the best strategy. And we discussed that in this detail in this video right up here. Check that out if you haven't checked that out already, but that gives you the actual numbers behind it. So if it goes down, I'm buying more and I'm happy. And if it happens to run up instead, I'm a happy shareholder because I bought a ton of shares already when it hit my price targets. When you have a plan, no matter what happens, you are in a win-win situation because you put in the work in the first place and you have something there to go off of that makes it a win-win regardless of what happens. Nothing has fundamentally changed for Tesla, and this is a long-term hold for me, and I will happily continue to add through this downturn if they want to continue to give me discounts. And yes, I really hope it hits that 140 or 120 or whatever the heck the number is that's out there that everybody's floating around. So hopefully this was helpful. And if you don't know how to get a price target or how to do a valuation and want a step-by-step process for doing that, building wealth, and you want direct access to me and much more, remember to check out the pinned comment down below to become a member and at least look at everything you get. And click this video here for the stocks I'm still buying in this market, and click here for exactly what I'm doing to make huge money in this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.